coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms, and it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be screaming from the rooftops about right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women, and you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me.
What's up, everybody? This is Clip Cannon back at it with another video. Let's just get straight into it.
Holy macadamia nut, this has got to be a historic first, at least in my lifetime. American badass Representative Nancy Mace, man, she just cooks, actually told off ghetto Jasmine Crocket to step outside after she, and I'm going to show you the whole entire context,
Good for her.
Belittled her in front of the HOC House Oversight Committee. This happened in the actual session. I'm going to show you the entire context of the video, but first watch this little clip right here that really kind of lit the fuse. Watch this.
I also want to make it clear that just because someone fantasizes or wants to be dramatic about the idea of someone could be a quote unquote man in a locker room or in a bathroom.
Someone being dramatic about a man being in a woman's bathroom? I just don't understand what is wrong with these hypocrites, aka the Democrats. I mean, Jasmine Crocket is one of the biggest.
I'll tell you why right now. This will never happen to her. That's why. She'll never have to deal with a man being in her bathroom. Ever. That's why it's so easy for her to come on here and say this gossip, this disgusting shit. That's what it is, shit. It's just shit. Keep watching.
Embarrassments, but there's a lot of them out there that are embarrassing. If you saw the Senate confirmation hearing, I did an entire video on the top highlights. I'll leave it at the end cards, but just go to my YouTube channel. You'll check it out. It's just a disaster, it's just one disaster after another. I just don't understand how many times we've said this, and the mandate that was set on November 5th. Look, do whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. You want to identify as a squirrel from Mars? Go right ahead. You want to identify as whatever? Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. But why are you shoving it?
That's another thing too, is like, these trans people and these weird, I don't know, just weird people on the left that want to make it about, us not liking them or not letting us not letting them be who they want to be. That's bullshit. I don't care who you are, what you do. Just like this man saying, I don't care. You could do whatever you want. Just don't do it around me or my child. Or you know what? Don't try to force it upon us. I don't want I have a son. But I'll tell you this, if I had a daughter, I would be livid right now. I would be livid. I would never want my daughter to have to share a bathroom with a man. Ever. Let's keep watching.
Down the throat of everybody in society. Why are you shoving it down the throat of our children? I'm a father. I've got a daughter. Why do you want our girls, our daughters, our mothers, our wives? It's already hard enough, this thing called life. There's already enough sickos and whack jobs out there. Now you're taking away the sanctuary of them just going to the bathroom in privacy and peace? And she's belittling it and marginalizing it. And by the way,
it's not just the bathroom. They're spreading this everywhere. They're spreading it in the classroom. They're spreading it online. They're spreading it in the sports realm. Our children can't even, or our daughters can't even go to a game without having to worry if they're going to be versing a boy or not, or a man. And don't quit this shit with, oh, that doesn't happen. I've never seen that happen. This is all just lies. The right spreads. I've never seen nobody try to do anything. I've never seen anybody try to spread any of this at schools, or I've never seen them try to spread any of this online. It's just all bullshit. No, it's not. Quit lying to yourself. Just because you don't go out in the world and see what's going on, or let's just say you work for the school district and you say, well, I've never seen it at my school. That doesn't mean it's not happening. Doesn't mean it's not happening at other schools. Let's keep watching.
Representative Nancy Mace is a former RAPE victim. And I mean, of course she's going to be livid. Watch this clip.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and offensive. So we're talking about civil rights. I'm the former ranking member on the Civil Rights Subcommittee, something I believe in civil rights and civil liberties of all Americans. And we were talking about infringement of individual people. Also, quote, the right to privacy of individuals. Coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms. And it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be, screaming from the rooftops about the right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women. And you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me. So I don't want to hear about you talk about rights, individual rights, civil rights, because you can't find the courage from the 60s to fight for women all around America, fight for women like me, every single woman. And as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain to you why women have rights and why women, when we're...
I'm sorry. I know I paused it. I'll let you watch the rest of the video. But good for Nancy Mace. Good for you. I applaud you because I haven't really seen too many women come on here and fight for their civil rights. But I see you fighting. And I applaud you for that.
We're in the bathroom, we're in the locker room, we're in a dressing room. Why I don't feel safe when there is a man, and the fact that we're going here and we're going to say all these things is the ripeness of hypocrisy on the Hill. People need to tell the truth. And if we're going to talk about the rights of individuals, we have to talk about it. Everybody has rights, including women. And at some point, men are infringing on the rights of women. We just had it today. We just had a vote about protecting women and girls in sports. And I believe it wasn't one, it was two people from the Democrat Party who voted to protect women's rights in sports today. Two.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So this is, Mr. Chairman, this is a deeply offensive conversation to me today. We want to talk about real freedom. Women have freedom in this country. Women have the freedom to go to a private women's only space and not see a man in it. Women have the right to change and not be feared that somebody with their sexual perversion, someone who's confused about their gender.
And let's be real, everybody. A lot of these sick freaks out here in our world that we have today, how many of them do you think are going to take advantage of this system. I'm not even talking about a trans person. I'm talking about somebody that pretends to be trans so that way they can go into the locker room or the bathroom or wherever and be a disgusting pig. Did you ever think about that? Does anybody thought about that?
We have the right to feel safe in these spaces. We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away.
Amen, sister. Amen. Again, is this
Wow.
radical? Is this extreme? Is this supernatural? I don't think it is. I think this is a part of what we all as Americans, this is the reason why Trump won on November 5th. He got the mandate. He won every single swing state. He won the popular vote. He won with J.D. Vance. We all voted for this. And one of the top pillars of his agenda was to end this transgender lunacy infecting our sports, infecting our institutions, infecting our children's schools, infecting the ideologies that are being propagated all over where our children are present, including things like Disney and the films that they see as kids. I mean, it's infected culture. This is what we all voted against. And then here was a woman, I think, Jasmine Crockett's response. And tell me at the end of this clip if you don't feel Nancy Mace was justified in saying this. Nancy, you're a badass. I love you, girl. Watch this.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all
I
to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
Order,
am
will.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can.
the committee is not
Okay.
in order.
All right. Order.
That's right.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
Wow. I mean, first of all, Jasmine Crockett is a national disgrace. She is a
Yes, she
national
is.
disgrace. She's an embarrassment. Not only did she absolutely belittle and marginalize Nancy Mace, her position, calling her overdramatic and calling her somebody who's trying to use and politicize this to gain points or some kind of ridiculous hypotheses that she has. But she consistently goes on MSNBC. She consistently posts on X to her hundreds of thousands of followers. And she consistently repeats the same words, vernacular, and coordinated talking points that her and her entire Hippocratic Party implemented during the election cycle, which handed them a gigantic L. She is a national disgrace. A woman doing that to another woman. And this is even more disgraceful right here. This is what Nancy Mace was referring to in that previous clip. This, thank God, just passed the House. This is a Right to Protect Girls in Sports Act that, I know that Riley Gaines was a huge proponent of, Nancy Mace, as well as many others. I want you to look in that middle section on your screen right now and see 206 ratty,
way too
vile,
many.
repulsive Hippocrats voted against protecting our daughters, protecting our wives, protecting the people that we love. Why even have women's sports? What's the point of women's sports?
Who's in
if
our
we're going to let
Congress?
men compete?
Here's a little video of why Nancy Mace is fighting so hard. You make your decision.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel, so you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable. So I talked to my surgeon and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete. This is obviously disappointing because I was really excited to have a marshmallow tunnel sooner. That being said, it is still happening. We're just not sure when it's happening. Hair removal is a fickle thing and it's really hard to predict when it will finish. But my hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed. Oh, go. Want some? My mom's here, by the way. The marshmallow tunnel. I'm gonna get banned from Disney.
How disgusting for your mom to be there with you, letting you do this in front of children. Shame on you. Shame on you. No wonder little Tino is the way he is. Alright, everybody, well, that's the end of the video. I hope everybody enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'd be very grateful. And, well, God bless you all. I love you. See you tomorrow.